Greetings and welcome back. I have gone ahead and I have sorted out the fleet. We are currently blockaded here. We also have the Sun Wukong making its way over here. We have the Heimdall making its way there. We also have a new Hestia that has been christened the Tapir. Now, let's make sure it's in the resource zone. Yes, it is. Fantastic. Okay. The Eversong is currently moving around, just clearing up the other zones for us, and will probably be making its way down to this resource zone in its own time. And as you can see, the Kuna Noon's fleet is making its way over here. In fact, the Kuna Noon's fleet really does need to be there rather than down in here where it's going to engage another force. But I have fixed the Plunderbuss, the Nebula Bomb, the Pinaka, and the Lily Grace, hopefully. I can't say with any great certainty that this has actually been fixed, but I've added the propellers at the bottom, if that's all I needed to do. And I've set them all up to use the main thruster configuration, so they should engage when the ship's trying to move forward. But now is when we find out whether that actually helped. Let's bring our fleet into play. There we go. I wonder if they're going to go out of play. They're not currently set to move, and honestly, I don't think they need to move. I think they're perfectly fine where they are, but for the sake of finding out whether it's fixed them, let's tell the Plunderbuss and the Nebula Bomb that you're free to move. There we go, you're now set up for combat. Now, hopefully, they don't try to go diving. That's my sincerest hope. We should see plenty of firepower coming over here from the Kuna Noon. We should also see a good many torpedoes in the water as well. Now, the torpedoes do have a little bit of ballast in them, so you shouldn't see them hopping over the waves too often. They're occasionally doing it, but far less than you would usually see that happen, certainly. Now, it looks like they have decided to go for you. There are a load of missiles just sat there in the water right now. Okay, fair enough. Let's get a little closer. What on earth is the Kuna Noon doing? Kuna Noon? Kuna Noon, what are you doing, Kuna Noon? Oh no, I'm controlling the Kuna Noon's weapons. I'm so sorry, Kuna Noon. I am a derp. I do apologize. Nevertheless, it looks like our forces are winning this fight handedly. And this guy really stands no chance against our two Pinaka-class support vessels. The Kuna Noon is there to deliver significant firepower at very long range. But the Pinakas are more there for anti-air than anything else. It's just that without... Why, Kuna Noon, why? Without... Oh, Kuna Noon, you scallywag. Without anything to shoot at in the air, you know, they'll just wipe everything out in the sea as well. Now then, really, guys, you've got to stop fighting amongst yourselves. This isn't the way of dappiness. Let's pull you out of play and get you moving. We're going to go up to 10 times speed. And much like the last episode, we're going to probably see quite a lot of fighting in this one. In fact, before we do that, let's head over to the diplomacy screen and see what's going on. Diplomacy. Pure hatred. Friendly. Okay, these guys are nice. Suspicious. You know, they're not gaining as much favor with us because they're not getting worse. These guys are getting worse because they're friendly with the Deepwater Guard and we're, you know, messing the Deepwater Guard up. But these three should be actively getting better because we're messing the Deepwater Guard up. We'll have to see how that goes, but I strongly suspect that this is the one we need to worry about when we finally go to war. When we finally dealt with these, it's going to be the Twin Guard that we're going to be fighting next, I fancy. And as before, the Twin Guard are the ones right up here in the corner. So we're going to need passage through the Onyx Watch, but thankfully they're friendly with us. I wasn't aware that was the case, but I certainly am not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. Now, unfortunately, the Plunderbuss is a little bit damaged, and so is the Nebula Bomb. That isn't so great. Top speed out of play is 6.5 for some reason. Top speed out of play for you is only really 3. I haven't had these ones actually tested since I updated them. So it doesn't know what top speed they can achieve. maybe I should test that then. Let's go ahead, send ourselves... we'll bring the Eversong into play. And hopefully allow them to do a little bit of maneuvering whilst in play. Let's have you guys head down here, please. There we go. And we'll jump over to the Eversong and we'll travel with it for now. In fact, actually, we'll travel in the Pinaka, I think. Let's warp to the Pinaka's chair. There we go. And you'll notice that I've set up both the Eversong and the Pinakas to have a bit of a formation going. We are going to need to set you all to have combat mode on, aren't we? Yes, we are. That is unfortunate, but I'll just let you guys sail around for a little bit. Hopefully you're going to do okay. Really? Really? Why? What? Why? Why will you do this? I don't even know what's going on. Why is it... That was just brutish and cruel. I don't understand. Poor Eversong. What did you do to deserve that? Oh, I know. They've heard what the Kunanoon just did to one of their brethren. They fear an uprising, so they're trying to put you in your place. Ah, I'm so sorry, Eversong. Kunanoon getting you into trouble once again. Bloody Kunanoon. Alright, let's check on the Pinaka. Let's actually take you off combat. And then I'll actually just ramp up your engine and see how far I can get you and at what sort of speed. That'll probably be the best way to test this out. So let's turn this away and full speed ahead. Absolute full speed ahead. Oh, that's actually not bad. I think it may have just been improved slightly. But we'll just let you go for now and use our camera to have a quick glance. As we can see, the ooh, it's a little bit too powerful, really. When it sinks into the water enough, it just throws them straight back out. Might want to cut that back a little bit, so it's not skimming over the waves this way. But for now, it's certainly better than the alternative. Perhaps I should try and maybe have some hydrofoils down there. I'm not sure. That might help. Yeah, that certainly could help if I'm lucky, but not sure. Let's cut your engine there. That's good enough for a test. Now, hopefully, this is going to tell me what your top speed is, or it's not. Let's go back out to the map instead and have a look. The Pinaka, top speed of 12.6, 10.3, and the Eversong is 9.2. Okay, well, that's good enough. You guys are now suitable to be out there and fighting. That should be fine. Let's jump over to the Kunanoon instead, because the Kunanoon is most definitely in a fight right now. So let's jump over to the Kunanoon. Ooh, you're not in a particularly good angle for this engagement, but okay. Alright, we shouldn't be too bad off. And let's just get over here and have a look at what we're going to be fighting. Not sure what this is. It's a little bit too... Well, it's probably an Atlas, actually. I was going to say it's a little bit too blocky, but it was only from the angle that I was looking at it. It is actually fairly long as well, so it's probably an Atlas. Okay, then, Kunanoon. Let's bring you into play. And let's also set up the Plunderbus, the Nebula one. You're both on combat. Okay, that should be good enough. You should be able to handle this, it looks like. There we go. Where are the lasers? The lasers should be hitting the Atlas already. There we are. Oh, that's actually quite beautiful seeing those missiles coming out of the fog like that. That is actually quite lovely to look at. Wow. Those lasers are utterly decimating this Atlas. Shouldn't be too surprised, but I am a little bit. And then the missiles finish the job. Right, the Atlas should be considered scrap pretty soon, and the Kunanoon and the Pinakas should be looking for other targets. Namely, you unfortunate sods. Where's the other one? There we are, there as well. Okay, well, this is going to be an easy fight, I fancy. As soon as the lasers came online and entered the fray, exploding ammo barrels everywhere. Now the Kunanoon thinks this one's the best one for its missiles to go for. It's probably right about that. And that is game over for you. You know what? Having less Having only one Kunanun in these fights and 2 Pinakas actually is a lot faster. I mean, you know, the simulation speed is a lot faster as well, which is pretty nice. Okay, well done, guys. I approve. Let's head back out then. Oh, really? Are you getting messed up constantly? I disagree with this. I don't think you should be attacking each other, but, oh well. I don't think they care. Let's move you over there, and we'll just get into position to engage the enemies. Let's bring you back out of play. There we go. Let's see how our fortresses are doing. Not too bad. Not too bad. I wouldn't mind being able to take over this resource zone, but I don't think I'm going to be getting it. It even has crystal. That resource zone actually has crystal in it. Wow. Actually, that resource zone only has crystal in it. Oh, okay. Not really something I want, then. Honestly, with the amount of crystal that we make just from our resource outposts, I don't think we actually need to gather crystal. We should be fine as is. But it looks like the Kunanun are very nearly there. That's going to be pretty good. You guys have got a good top speed on you. Really? 99.99. Okay, well that's not too bad. Now, we're going to see how strong of a fleet they can field. Actually, not a very strong one at all. Okay, how strong is this fleet? Yeah, not strong either. Okay. We're going to jump towards the Eversong now. Bring the Eversong into play. Let's zoom out, see where the engagement's going to be happening. Where are the enemies? I see them not through this fog of war. Oh well. We're just going to have to hope that they're in a favourable position for us to attack. They're over there somewhere. Hiding in the fog. And there are missiles moving past me right now. I approve of this. Genuinely, I do. Fantastic. And we want to make sure that you're both set for combat. No, you're not. Okay, get into combat. There we go. This is probably going to be a fairly swift battle, I imagine. I can't see what's happening. I'll try to get there in time, but I doubt I'm going to make it. I'm fairly certain that the Pinakas and the Eversong are going to finish this fight long before I can even see what they're fighting. I can see that what they're fighting is exploding. Oh, and it's actually shooting back. Well done, you! Putting up a little bit of a fight. Not much of one, because there's not much of you left, but still. Well done. And I think that's it. Good fight, guys. Well played. GG. I hope you had fun. And there we go. Okay, that is this conflict resolved. I do a little bit wish that there was a way to have them auto-resolve conflicts when they're trivial ones like that. Right, just go ahead, get in there as close as you can and take that resource zone for me. And now the big fight is about to happen, it seems. Let's get right up close to this guy. Though at that range, that fortress is going to be able to attack us back. That's a little bit worrying. But I have faith. Maybe I shouldn't, given how the Kunanun and the Pinakas have been doing so far, but I choose to have faith rather than not. Let's get out here. You are going to be shooting across your missiles a little bit, but not too much. Shouldn't be too bad of an engagement, all things told. Okay, let's get a little bit closer. It's not going to be a very long battle. This one's going to be fairly easy for you guys to win, I fancy. So let's just bring you in and see how this goes. If the game doesn't crash. Oh, phew. Okay. Is that brought in the... Oh, my lord, it's brought in the fortress. I wasn't expecting that, honestly. Okay. The Kunanun's been taken out. We've just got 2 Pinakas against their fortress. I really wasn't expecting this. I was expecting us to fight you guys and not have to do anything else, but it's going to be interesting to see what the Pinakas can do against this fortress, honestly. You're already launching your torps, so the fortress must be close enough to the water, because I've set the torpedoes not to fire on high-altitude targets. They're just not even going to launch. But I'm fairly certain this thing is hovering, so it's not actually in the water, so... I'm not sure how useful those torpedoes are going to be, but the 2 Pinakas seem pretty content just to sit over there and snipe. That's going to mean this is going to be a long battle. Also, there's some sort of weird effect going on there. Oh, is that enemy sight of some sort? What on earth is that? What are these then? Oh, Gatling guns. That's pretty awesome. Hadn't even thought of that. But, as you can see, these lasers are actually doing a fair chunk of damage. Are they set to move? They are set to move, yes. And they are actually closing. It'll give them a good bit of time to work out how fast they can move as well. But from this angle, yeah. Against the Deepwater Guard, I mean, the comments on the videos has more or less cemented this belief, but this, if there was any doubt at all, lasers against the Deepwater Guard are ridiculously OP. Not so, apparently, against the other factions, because the other factions employ lasers themselves, so if you don't, because you're trying to be sporting, for example, then all you're really going to achieve is defeat. Which is a bit of a shame, honestly. There's a little part of me that, when playing this game, I kind of yearn for more traditional style battles, missiles and guns, rather than high-tech battles as in lasers and orbital satellites and that sort of thing. I don't know, there's something a little bit more engaging about those sorts of battles, in my opinion. But certainly this is effective, and that can't be denied at all. We've basically already stripped everything from this part of the fort. I think this is where they keep their ammo as well, which is going to be pretty bad for them in a moment. In fact, I'm absolutely certain this is where they keep their ammo. Their ammo processors and ammo barrels, I think. What about over there? That's where their repair bolts are and their engines. Is it launching its own torpedoes at us? No, those are our torpedoes coming in. Oh well. I am going to watch this battle play out. But I'm not certain that it's going to go in any other way than it already is. That is, we're just going to destroy them utterly from far outside their range to fight back. Which is a little bit disappointing. I would have liked to have gotten our fleet a little bit closer before engaging this fortress. I was frankly surprised that it came into play instead of all of their boats there. But oh well, we'll see how it goes. I think you've done enough damage. Well, actually, you haven't blown up those ammo barrels. I suppose that will allow you to continue. Hurry up, though. And there's the torpedoes just sailing away impotently. Maybe I should give them magnets. That might be something to do, I suppose. But eventually, one of these lasers is going to be lucky enough to hit one of those few ammo barrels, and then it's going to take out that entire building. I hope. Oh, no, not yet. Let's get in there, nice and close. You are pretty much, you've melted your way through the ammo manufacturing area, more or less. I mean, you still haven't actually broken most of the ammo factories. Oh, that torpedo hit. Oh, that one's not going to, I don't think, unless it hits underneath, but I don't think it will. And oh man, look at the resources coming in. I would be able to build another 4 pinakas in a moment. By the time we're finished breaking this apart, I wouldn't be surprised if I could make 6. That's kind of frightening, considering how powerful they are already. But it certainly would give us a lot of resources to play around with. And I think once I've wiped out the Deepwater Guard, which is pretty much just this station, really, and then just having the Eversong and the HMS Pinaka and the HMS Lily Grace mop up the leftovers, we're going to start work on flyers. Before I actually engage the Twin Guard, I want a fleet of aircraft to go with us. Bombers specifically. I'm not going to play around with fighters. I want bombers. I might consider doing gunships, but to start with, I think bombers are the way to go. I really wish the Kunanun would load in. This fight would be significantly faster if that were a part of the conflict. Alas, it does not appear that that is going to be the case. Now, I think I'm going. Despite what I said earlier, I am going to pause the recording here because this looks like it's going to take a bloody long time. Unfortunately, I'm just going to flick over to the Kunanun, and then I'm going to jump over to the Plunderbus, warp to its chair, and then we can actually see what's going on. What the dickens? You jerk! You utter jerk. Really? I swear, you are more dangerous to yourselves than anything else. You are literally just shooting him in the bum. Okay, let's get over here then and see if we can't get out of the way and then repair the poor blunderbuss. Oh my goodness. At least I moved all of the ammo down below, because if I had not done that, I'm fairly certain that at this point the nebula bomb would have blown up the blunderbuss fully. Just from the secondary explosions. You're a menace. Oh, they are actually launching missiles at us. Oh, that's interesting. Very well. But now that I've split these guys up a little bit, they shouldn't be taking each other apart quite so aggressively. And at least the nebula bomb is able to repair the blunderbuss pretty quickly. Okay, I'm going to let you captain yourself for now. And... oh, actually, did I just jump out of the chair? Yes, I did. Let me get back in there. Let's get up here, have a proper little watch. There we go. Right, I am going to cut the recording here, and I will return you just as we're about to finish off the fortress. Because, yeah, it's going to take us a while, I fancy. A good long while. And welcome back to what I imagine is the very last moments of the fortress. For a little moment, I thought it might actually even start fighting back. It actually had some weapons over here that the Pinakas hadn't taken out, but they only fired a couple of volleys before they ran out of ammo. And the Pinakas had already taken pains to eliminate their ability to make ammo and to store it, so that was the end of that. I shouldn't have doubted their strategic genius. Now, for those of you who might be wondering why I haven't put fail-safes on the weapons on the Pinakas, in fact, any of my craft lately, is that I got the distinct impression that the fail-safes only really helped in protecting damage against itself. In that a vehicle with a weapon that had a fail-safe on it would only actually protect itself from damage, not protect its allies from damage. I'm not sure if that is true now or not. I've gone to the effort of testing this. I've added a failsafe to both of the lasers on the Pinaka and the HMS Nebula Bomb and the HMS Blunderbuss, but I haven't seen them drive in front of each other for a little while. You know what? Maybe I can test this. Are we the front runner? Yes, we are. In that case, please stop fighting against me when I control your engines, and let's try and steer our way directly into the line of fire of the Nebula Bomb and see if the Nebula Bomb stops shooting. This will be the easiest way to test it out. Just a little bit of forward propulsion. Let's get out there, cut back a little bit. There we go, we're turning pretty sharply now. Fantastic. There we are. And we're about to move in front. Is the Nebula Bomb... oh, the Nebula Bomb might not be able to, because we've just gone in the way, like big style in the way. Okay. Well, hopefully the Nebula Bomb can actually turn around and start engaging again, and we will continue to try and put ourselves in the way in the firing line. Is it going to continue? Yes, it is absolutely just doing damage. Well, it was worth testing, I suppose. I'm a little bit disappointed that it's not going to help, because I really just don't know what I can possibly do to try and resolve that issue, but okay. Right, we'll put you back onto combat, and you're probably going to immediately try to bail out of this situation because you're way too close for the conditions I've given your AI. Hopefully your torpedoes will still be able to do a little bit of damage, and you should be able to engage with your laser as you flee. Now that is one thing that I didn't design this to be able to do, but I'm really glad that it can, is that while it's escaping from an engagement, perhaps because it got too close, it'll just flip its laser the other way and still be able to fire on the enemy. I need to stop controlling your weapons though, and let you do your own job. How is the Nebula Bomb doing? Not particularly well, actually. I was doing a little bit of damage, but not a whole lot. Let's see if we can't bring in the Kunanun. Yes, we can. We've got up to 6.6 in this engagement, so let's bring in the Kunanun. And that should be able to handedly destroy these vessels. Oh, actually, no, it's not going to engage. It's a little bit too far away to bring its missiles online. But that is the end, more or less, of the Deepwater Guard. They didn't really go out with a bang, but not even a whimper, really. Just kind of a weird mewling sound as it slowly drowned. I feel a little bit bad. But, oh well. No, did you just... What just exploded over there? I saw something explode. Did you try to launch your missiles? I'm not sure. But that is the end of the Deepwater Guard, and I think a good place to wrap up this episode as well. I'm fairly confident that the Pinaka, the Nebula Bomb and the Plunderbuss are going to be able to win this engagement. So we're going to just hop onto the main map and see what's going on. The Eversong is blockaded right now. That shouldn't be a hard fight to win. It is only fighting against something with 5 strength. And then the Eversong is going to move over that way. We'll probably have the Kunanun move down here and just clean this up entirely. Once we've done that, I'm probably going to have the Sun Wukong build a Heimdall and send it down to this resource zone. The 2 Hestias down there is fine. We'll have a Heimdall there, and a Sun Wukong can remain here for now. There we go. That is the end of the Deepwater Guard's main base. I did play around with the idea of setting up some sort of sanctuary for them, but we really can't. Because they would just constantly send out piddling little ships that could in no way challenge our fleet, but I would have to fight them in order to be able to do anything, which would just slowly drive me insane. But I do hope you've enjoyed this episode. In the next one, I'll probably have had the Kunanun and the Eversong clean up these areas by themselves. I don't think you need to watch that happen. But by then, the Sun Wukong should be set up here. I might even have a Heimdall down here by that point. But we'll be returning to the Sun Wukong to begin work on our aircrafts. And hopefully, once we've got those, I can actually set up the Sun Wukong to automatically spawn a couple whenever it's in play. But we'll actually set up a fleet, maybe take 1 aircraft, maybe 2 aircraft with each of the Kunanun cruisers, and we'll still operate with 2 fleets. For now, we'll send them up there. At this point, I could probably build a 3rd Kunanun cruiser, and another 2 Pinaka escort vessels, and probably another 2 planes, because I'm probably going to be making it mostly out of wood, just so it's fast. Who knows? But that is it from me. I do hope you've enjoyed. I hope you will be joining us for the next, whilst I sail on a wireframe. But until then, and as always, do take care.